Businesses are so solely focused on the step one, which is what about us? Look what we're doing. We got the special, we got this. And they're not creating content based around the avatar of who they are looking to attract.
Good morning. Today starts off with it's nice here in the Gold Coast. The sun's up by 6 a.m. and feels like the day's already off to a solid start. 6 a.m. start here at the gym. Let's get it done. And that's a wrap. Done. Good way to start the day off. Now time to go to the office nice and early, get a head start. Got a lot on today.
All right, Tuesday. Welcome to Tuesday. Been to the gym this morning, feeling nice and energetic, which is good. Also just had my favorite coffee from my favorite mug. How good's that? Happiness, calm, hope, harmony. Busy day today, got a lot on. Actually, it's probably good to talk about this because I think I get asked this a lot, you know, the whole thing of your surroundings and how do you get work done in a certain environment. And I mean, I've got a whole chapter dedicated to that in my book. Bang, links in description, you should really pick up. I'm always plugging. I'm gonna start plugging a lot more in these vlogs, I think. So all about your surroundings and how you can excel. So for me, I was just talking with the team that I've got a task that I need to do, and it requires me to actually not be in the office. Like I can't be in the office when I'm doing that. So for example, I'm sitting down, I'm gonna go write some sales copy. Now, some people can write in real busy areas. Some people love going to cafes. I've got friends who are really good copywriters. They'll sit in a cafe or in a very noisy area and write. For me, I personally need silence and nothing else. So I have a special place I like to go to whenever I'm sitting down doing that type of work. Number one, it removes any disturbances as well. There's nothing worse than getting in the middle of, you know, writing, being creative, and then notification goes off or someone yells out or someone knocks on your door. But it's a really important point, you know, being able to know where you excel best. From a creativity perspective, when you're a creator, and if you're an entrepreneur and you're out there creating products and services, then this will resonate with you big time, is you need to find the spots that allow you to excel, allow you to tap into the unique ability that you have in that sense of being able to create something. So for me, it's removing myself from busy, chaotic scenes, which is interesting because in saying that, I wrote part of my book in a cafe. I wrote another part of it sitting on my lazy boy at home with no distractions. I went to the extent where I darkened the room. Like it was just me, the laptop. It felt like, you know, there was a transparent background around me and all there was me and this writing. But you gotta do what works for you and you'll be able to find that out by testing new ways. I've hopped on my motorbike before, driven 20 minutes out to a park in the middle of nowhere in the Gold Coast hinterland, just sat there on a table and just started typing. I typed till my computer went dead. And when you're in flow, you just, time just flies past. Because what I always look at it holistically and I go, okay, cool. So we got all those 5 different modalities. Do you need to go and focus marketing on each 5 of them? Or is there a purple cow in the room where we can go, well, if we were actually to get functions and get people to be running functions in there, could that trickle down into people staying, accommodation, dining, bar, etc.? Yes, it can. I think that the first thing with anything is letting people know you exist. But the purpose around it is, again, creating conversation. That's the first step. You know, there's 2 games you can play. There's the short play and the long play. The short play is where you would use highly targeted Facebook advertising, right? So where you're spending money to make money, versus the organic longer play, which is the building the reputation, the social media. But most people you'll see are just posting about their pub, their cafe, whatever their business. And they're not playing the long play. Businesses are so solely focused on the step one, which is what about us? Look what we're doing. We got the special, we got this. And they're not creating content based around the avatar of who they are looking to attract. Never expect that someone knows exactly what it is that you're doing or exactly what it is that you're talking about. From a business standpoint, you know, if you've got 5 different deliverables that you deliver, and if I go to your social media page and your website, or especially social media page, and I can't see or distinguish that you actually offer those services, and it looks like you're just offering one thing, you know, you're missing out on a huge market of different people, because just because someone's interested in one thing, it doesn't mean they're interested in the others. You can approach it from all different angles, using different language, using different offers, different, you know, ways on getting people just to simply go, oh, I didn't know you did that. Like, you'd be surprised how many people, like, I'll be in a conversation with and I'll say, oh, did you know that this restaurant's here or this cafe's here? And they're like, oh no, I didn't even know it exists. It's like, whoa, when you go there, you're like, how did I not know about this? So people expect people just to know it's there. And you don't want to hit people with every product or service you offer at once either. There has to be a strategy around it. So it always comes back to making sure whatever you're putting your flag up with, like, for example, we have the Authority Academy, right? Authority Academy membership is an all-encompassing coaching community where I talk about everything surrounding the Authority Roadmap, which we'll put an image up there, get that, because it's pretty cool. In the sense of, it takes someone through what it takes to actually build an authoritative business, right? Facebook and social media is just one of the 9 aspects. You know, there's lead generation, there's funnels, there's, you know, PR publishing is one of them. How do you get your message out there? But I'm not talking about, I can teach you how to podcast, I can teach you how to do Facebook Lives, I'm teaching you how to build funnels, I can teach you how to do webinars, I'll teach you how to find your vision, mission, values of your business. I'm not doing that all at once, but the message is a fit to where I'm wanting to take someone. One of our attractants, as we'll say, is Facebook, because I know people want Facebook advertising. When they know that we've got Facebook, they may or may not purchase my program. It really should, because it's the best on the market. My Facebook training program, then all of a sudden they find out, oh, there's more. There's, you know, versus me trying to, I talk about this in the whole concept of creating a movement, you know, I don't want to go too much into it right now, but it's the concept of, you know, sort of give them what they want and then show them what they need. And I think that's really important in a lot of businesses' ascension processes. You know, a good business will be able to get someone in as a customer and then keep them as a customer on multiple different facets. You know, that's how we built Fit International to start with. It was, you know, we started from a 7-day meal plan that we gave away to selling everything from workout programs to a franchise to fitness courses to retreats to clothes to supplement brands. Like it all started from this one attractant and everything else bred from it. So start thinking about that. Strategy is key. And if your strategy sucks right now and you don't know how to create good strategy, click the link in the bio and go to getcmg.com.au. and we'll have a chat, maybe. Maybe we might be able to help you. This is the lifeline of your business. My narrative of the last 2 months has been businesses are not putting full-time attention to this avenue. It needs to be dedicated a full-time avenue versus part-time. I'll set some ads up and leave it and hopefully I get results. It's like, I've never seen anything from an investment perspective where people are just happy to pay money and not know if they're going to get a result. Like Facebook, you know just as well as I do, we've spent a lot of money on Facebook. If you lose 50 bucks on Facebook, you write it off as, it's part of the, but it's like, hold on a minute, that's fucking 50 bucks. Because you know you can get a return, and that's what's the dangerous thing, because you know you can get a return, you don't put the attention you need on it. Now that we manage other people's Facebook ads accounts, we've adopted an entire different philosophy of looking at ads as well, you know, which is on another level because every cent counts. You're okay to throw away $1,000 on a test campaign. I'm not okay now to throw away $1,000 for someone else's money on a test campaign without going far more granular and stringent with it. So what we need to do as business owners though for our own stuff is we need to take a better approach. Like it's made me clean up my own act with my own ads. Because again, I'm happy to go, bang, let's test $100 on this. Oh, that didn't work. But you got to treat each dollar like it's the last one and make sure it's going in the right place. Hence why I started with this going, you really got to get your process down from tracking and pixels and the flow. For each ad campaign you run, you need a Google sheet and you need to track the date, the ClickFunnels leads, the Facebook pixel leads, the cost, and then have a cost per lead off the actual ClickFunnels leads, not the Facebook pixel. And then it gets tracked every day.
So some we could track every day, some we might track once a week, like our boot camp ones, for example.
If you like guessing over 7 days and hoping it works, then that's cool.
We're spending $9 a day on a campaign. Is it worth tracking it every day?
Well, again, it depends, I guess, because 60 bucks a week on 30 locations, how much is that? 1,200 bucks a week. If you could finite that and take that 1,200 down to 800, how much difference would that make? Well, fuck, 400 bucks. What could you do with another $400? It's the old adage, you plant a seed, do you watch it grow every day? Probably not, it's not gonna be a smart idea. Has it grown yet? Has it grown yet? You set up a Facebook ad, do you need to check it every day? Well, it depends on the emphasis that you're putting towards it. If you've got a $2 campaign, well, you're not gonna check it every day because you're not gonna get much results from it. But if you're putting, $100, $200, $300 into a campaign, you wanna be checking it very, very frequently. When we've got campaigns in the thousands a day, I will check that campaign several times a day just to check if any anomalies occur or if there's anything that we find that's great that we can then duplicate and start off, etc., etc. But it's the reality of making sure, and I just said to a client there is, should you be checking it every day? Well, it depends if you want to waste money or if you actually want to keep an eye on it. So it's like watching the stock market. There's the long and the short play with stock market. You can invest $100,000 into stock, you're not going to check it every single morning. But if you're buying volatile stock in this, I don't know anything about stocks to be honest, but I do know this to be true, is if you're a daily trader, you're checking that shit daily because, if you're getting in, you want to sell and you want to buy and you want to sell, and you're not worried about what happens here, you're just worried about the long curve, you could take the long approach. But Facebook ads is like the stock market, I believe right now. It's changing all the time. You could have an ad that works really well, then all of a sudden, it's not working the same next week, and you're like, why is that? The ad spend's gone 3, 4, 5 times what it was, and you're like, I don't understand. It's like you don't understand the stock market. You can see patterns and you can try and adapt towards it. So if you want to save some money, you should be checking your advertising frequently. I hope you liked today's vlog. Please be sure to like, subscribe, share, tap the like button, the love button, subscribe button, any button that you see around this video, I'm sure you could tap it. Also, please be sure to leave a comment below, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.